Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're returning. So last week I had the dreaded virus and was not able to get a video out, so I feel like it's been forever, but I am so excited to be back. Of course, this is our 5 under $5 DIY challenge, and we're going to talk about that in just a little while, but I'm so excited to get into this video, so let's jump right into it. DIY number 1. This is super simple. All these are super simple projects. I hope y'all enjoy them. And, you know, it doesn't take much to make a pretty home decor piece. So I'm taking one of the glass candlesticks from the Dollar Tree and one of the domes. And we are just going to take all the stickers off and give both pieces 2 coats of Waverly white chalk paint. I do the candlestick and the base of the dome. And somehow I lost the footage of the first coat of paint. I have no clue where it went. You're going to notice that to be a consistent thing in this video. I'll let y'all know now. But we just do 2 good coats of the white Waverly chalk paint on these and let them dry completely. After they are completely dry, I go ahead and use a coat of Mod Podge on both because we all know chalk paint does not like to stick to glass or plastic. It wants to chip off. So the Mod Podge just helps that. Now I'm taking a church hymnal that I bought off of Amazon, and I'm going to pick out 5 or 6 different hymns. I tried to rip them out at first, but I was afraid it would like rip plumb down the middle. So I just go ahead and use my scissors and again get 4 or 5 of the hymns that I want out of this. The next thing we are going to do is I'm trying to size them to make sure that they are going to fit underneath my dome. So I am rolling them up and sticking them down and seeing that they don't fit. So I'm going ahead and cutting off the sides and the top and bottom, and then I go ahead and do a little bit of ripping as I get through this, just to make them look more distressed, vintage, whatever you want to call it. And you can see here I'm rolling it up again just to see if it's going to fit. It still is a little bit too big, so I cut off that other side. Well, then I decide to rip it. But anyway, that's all I do for this. I'm just basically figuring out the size they want, and then I'm using my I'm just going through and ripping up the edges a little bit. Y'all, I know people hate ripping books, and I do too because I am a book lover. But I do go ahead and do this, and it's because I'm still going to enjoy these, just in a different way. So then I'm going to take some twine, cut 5 or 6 pieces, and I'm going to put a little dab of hot glue after I roll it up so that I can just have a little bit of stability. Then we're going to use some twine and just wrap it around there. I put a little dab of hot glue, put our twine on there, wrap it around, and I do each piece a little differently. Like I don't do the twine the exact same way on all of the pieces. And like this piece here, I just go ahead and rip it in half because I want a smaller, I guess you call these scrolls. I want a smaller scroll. And again, just do the same thing, glue it down with just 1 dab of hot glue, and then go ahead and wrap my twine around it. And some of them, like this one here, I do wrap, but then some of them I just wrap it around one time and then like tie a knot in it. You know, I wanted them all to be a little bit differently. I roll them a little bit differently. It's all totally up to whatever your aesthetic is. Whatever you like, that's what you should do, because this is a craft. And you get inspiration off other people, but you always want to make it your own. So here I am just tying the twine on this one instead of wrapping it. After I get all that finished, I take this orb that I got from Hobby Lobby. I pull some pieces off and cut it apart. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this on some of the scrolls. I do it on 2 or 3 of these, just a couple little pieces, just to give it a little bit of, I don't know what, decor. And then I go ahead and do the same thing right in the front part of our base to our dome. And I do this just because, again, I wanted a little bit of greenery brought into this. Some people may say this isn't Valentine's, but to me, Valentine's is about love. And one of the best loves that I've ever found is the love of Jesus. So, you know, to me, that screams Valentine's Day. I mean, he paid the ultimate price because he loved me before I was even born. So That's why I consider this Valentine's Day. So I'm taking some Loctite glue and some hot glue, putting it around the top of my candlestick, pushing our globe on top, our dome, and then we're putting a little bit of greenery on the bottom, and that's it. I absolutely love how this turned out. Okay, so again, this is our 5 under $5 DIY challenge that is hosted every month by myself and Emily from Farm Charm Chic. And of course, we pick a new guest host every month out of these talented ladies. And this month, our guest host is Ellie from DIY, from House to Home. Y'all, Emily and Ellie both are so talented. I think the world of both of them. They are amazing ladies inside and out, and I'm so honored to work with them. And also with all of our wonderful, wonderful crafters who join this challenge every month. Y'all make sure you check out the playlist in my description box. DIY number 2, we're going to use our hymnal again, and we're going to use just 2 of these jars from the Dollar Tree that come with the lids. We're not even going to use the lids, so I just take those off. And we're just going to use these kind of as a candle holder, but I did not get any candles in them for my picture, so y'all please forgive me for that. So I go ahead and I find 4 hymns that I love. I cut those down to the size I need, burn them over my sink with a lighter, the edges, for a little more rustic look, and then I fold them in half and cut a little heart out of each of them. Again, some people may say this isn't Valentine's Day, but like I said, the love of Jesus is the best gift I could ever get for Valentine's Day, so that's why I consider this a Valentine's Day craft. Now, again, after we go ahead and cut our little hearts out, I do save my hearts in case I want them for something else. I'm going to go ahead and put Mod Podge on each one of the hymns. I put one on the front side of one jar, one on the back, and I do the same exact thing to the other one. Just press them down. This really surprised me. There were no wrinkles, no anything like that with this Mod Podge. So this is probably the best Mod Podge job I've ever done. But after we get that finished, then we are going to go ahead and take off our lids. We're going to wrap some twine, probably 10 or 15 times, around the top of the jar, secure it in place with some hot glue. I leave a pretty big or pretty long piece of twine on the end here, and I cut it off because we are going to go ahead and string some beads. I just do that by putting some masking tape on the end just so they'll go through my beads better. And I string a white bead, I can't talk today, a buffalo check bead, a white bead, and another buffalo check bead. I do the same exact thing on both of these jars. After I get the beads on, I go ahead and tie a knot at the bottom just to secure those, to make sure they do not come on, a double knot, or do not come off. And then I'm going to cut the string and take a red glittery heart from the Dollar Tree, glue that right on there, and that is it. I absolutely love how these turned out. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Our comment of the week this week is from Miss Terry. Terry, I don't want to say your last name because I just know I will butcher it. But thank you for your comment. It means so much to me. If you'd like for me to showcase you next week for your comment, just follow these directions. Okay, you all, DIY number 3. So I'm going to take one of these kissing booth signs from the Dollar Tree. We are going to remove the jute cord and the staples here. After we get that finished, we are going to do 2 good coats of Waverly chalk paint in white. Just go ahead and get that all painted up. I do lose some footage here on this one, so I'm going to try to explain this, how I did this. But the next thing is we're just putting on a decal that I made with my Cricut that says "Be Mine" and a heart. And then when you get to the final picture, y'all will see some edging around it. I do not know what this stuff is called. It's like a fake wood from Lowe's that I got, or maybe the Home Depot. And it's an iron-on, which I did not iron it on. I just cut it off and glued it on with my hot glue gun. Again, I wish I knew the name of this. If anyone knows what this stuff is called, please let me know if you can tell by what it is in the final or in the reveal picture, because I have no idea what it's called. But it was fairly cheap, and it's like a fake wood, but I love it, and I'm going to probably start using it a lot more often because I really like how it turned out, and it turned out great for the edging of this sign. But here's the sign. Again, super, super simple project. Y'all, don't forget, you can also find me on Instagram at craftycove_DIY. I go a little bit more in depth and get a little more personal here. So make sure you come over and find me there. Don't forget to say hi. DIY number 4. Now, this is a previous project from another video, but it's one of my favorites, and I hope you all enjoy. Some Tumbling Tower blocks from the Dollar Tree. I used 4, but 1 I cut in half and only use 1/2 of it. What I'm going to do is take the half one and a full one and glue those together. And then we take the 2 full ones and glue those together also. After that, we are going to start painting these with a coat of white Waverly chalk paint for both. I will link in the description box below a nativity set of these that I did at Christmas time. They have become one of my favorite projects. I love doing these, and this is just a representation of my husband and I for my tiered tray. So I hope you all love them as much as I do. After we get 2 good coats of white Waverly chalk paint on both of those, we're going to take 2 small beads and we are going to glue those to the top of the stacks here. And these are representing our heads of our little people. After we get that finished, we're going to put those together and take some some twine from the Dollar Tree, I believe this is from. And we're going to start wrapping it around. I glue it on the back and then I wrap around probably around 5 or 6 times, and then secure it again with hot glue on the back. Again, I absolutely love how this turned out. This is probably my favorite DIY in this whole video. Now, after we've got that secured, we are just going to take a red glitter. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We are going to take our lighter and burn off some of that excess fuzz and string that is on there. Then we're going to take a red glittery heart, glue it right there in the center, and that is it. How stinking cute. I absolutely love this. So for this last project, I had a totally different project in mind that I made, but unfortunately, every bit of that footage was gone. So I'm just going to put something else in here, and I hope y'all enjoy this. I'm just taking one of these little home things from the Dollar Tree that has the little tea light on it. And the first thing I'm going to do is paint the whole piece in white Waverly chalk paint, inside, outside, everything. Then I'm taking some buffalo plaid black and white vinyl from the Dollar Tree, and we are just going to put this over the H, the M, and the E. I cut it down to the sizes that I need, stick it right on there, use my scissors to get as close as I can, and unfortunately right now I'm not around any of my craft tools, so I am using a kitchen knife. Don't do this at home, y'all. To get in between the letters here, just to get those other pieces cut out. But you know what? It worked. So again, I did the H, and now we are on to the M and the E. Same exact thing. Cut out the size that I need, put it down, cut as close to it as I possibly can, and then I use my knife again just to get those cut out pieces of the letters. I had nothing else other than a kitchen knife, so I had to get this project done, and so it worked. After I get all of that finished, again, just cutting out the in-between parts of those letters, and it really wasn't hard, and this was not a sharp knife, but I would suggest definitely not doing this with a regular old kitchen knife. Sorry about that, y'all. But after that, I tried to start taking some Mod Podge to do this, and it did not work. So I'm just going to stick with my glue gun. I just put some hot glue on the O, and then cover it with some moss from the Dollar Tree. After I get that first layer down and it dries, I go ahead and trim it off and get it out of the center. And then I do the same exact thing. More hot glue, more moss. I do that for about 3 layers until I get it the exact look that I want on there. This is very, very messy, but I love how it looks after it's finished. I just thought it was super, super cute. And again, I can say this is Valentine's Day because home is love for me. Anywhere I'm at with my husband, my children, my grandkids is home. And so that is love to me. After that, simple shoestring bow out of some twine, glue it right to the top of the O, and that is it. Super, super simple, $1. And I think it's totally cute. So y'all, here comes the final reveal of all of my projects. Again, these are super simple projects that I loved doing. I had so much fun doing this video. So sorry about lost footage and things like that. Hopefully I'm getting my act together. And thank you again to Emily and Ellie for hosting with me. I love this challenge every month. Don't forget to check out the other amazing crafters on the playlist, which will be listed down in my description box. Thanks for watching. Y'all come back now. You hear?